In a time where Hollywood was rebooting all of your dad's favorite TV shows as movies, get ready for the only one that actually worked. Mission Impossible.
The only one.
When the world is endangered by a vague plot device,
The knock list.
Chimera.
The rabbit's foot.
an agency with a silly name
Impossible Mission Force.
Shut up.
will deliver assignments in a ridiculous
weird that
way
that
to agents who can
stuck.
choose whether or not to accept them.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Should you choose to accept it?
Should you choose to accept it?
Should you choose to accept it?
What happens if they say no? Do we all just die? Sit back as a revolving door of directors bring their signature style to each installment, as long as Tom Cruise approves. Featuring
Who's that?
the psychodrama of Brian De Palma, the shaky cam of J.J. Abrams, the cartoon sensibilities of Brad Bird, and the diving sideways with two pistols at the same time in the middle of a
right.
flock of birds in slow motion of John Woo. Come on, man. Never go full woo. In a world of shifting
Doves
alliances
and
where
everything.
nothing is as it seems, one thing never changes. Tom Cruise is gonna run.
That's right.
He's gonna hang. And then he's gonna run some more. Like a lot more.
He's got to show that he still got it. He's got it. That's a long. That is a long shot. Yeah.
Wow, that is a long shot of running. And cut. Man, he did not skip leg day. Follow along as Tom Cruise plays international super spy, Tom Cruise. But Tom Cruise isn't doing it alone. He'll be backed up by a whole team of replaceable castmates like Guy at a laptop, Guy with a foreign accent, Sexual Object Girl, and Ving Rhames.
I get to keep the equipment when we're done.
So whether you prefer the first one, where Tom Cruise must apprehend a rogue IMF agent and an arms dealer, the second one, where Tom Cruise must apprehend an ex-IMF agent gone rogue, trying to become an arms dealer, the third one, where Tom Cruise is framed as a rogue IMF agent to take down an arms dealer who's working with the actual rogue IMF agent, or the fourth one, where Tom Cruise's entire team becomes rogue IMF agents, only to be betrayed by an arms dealer. One thing is for sure, everyone is wearing a Scooby-Doo mask.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling Tom Cruise.
Starring cardio, wrist talking,
That makes sense. Yeah.
Jack, open the doors. Toast. Toast.
MacGuffins, double
lot of that.
crosses, file
lot of that,
transfers, planning,
20 seconds,
162.
24/7.
36 hours.
24 hours.
I'll need 30 seconds.
fancy bombs, exotic locations, less exotic locations. Tom Cruise with short hair, Tom Cruise with long hair, Tom Cruise with short hair, Tom Cruise with long hair, lock picking, silly mustaches, countdowns, the word
course.
disavowed,
Secretary will disavow.
The secretary will disavow.
Disavowed.
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 and Limp Bizkit. Oh, forgot about that. Franchise unkillable.
Yeah, literally, pretty much.
Okay, so they explain the mask and the voice chip, but how does Tom Cruise change his height and weight? I mean, really? He looks nothing like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
So, you have a movie for me.
Yes, sir, I do. It's called Mission Impossible Fallout.
What the hell is an impossible Fallout?
No, it's more like Mission Impossible, and then also, you know, here's the word Fallout.
That's a
the
very
word.
confusing title.
Well, I mean, it's just another addition into the Mission Impossible franchise, so...
Oh, what's that now?
Mission Impossible, the film franchise
like-
you've been making since 1996.
Listen, it must have slipped past me.
I don't know how that's possible.
Well, here's the thing that people don't really understand about my job. I'm not very good at it.
Fair enough.
But I definitely think we should change that title. It completely spoils the ending.
Not sure what you mean.
Well, I mean,
God.
Mission Impossible, now I know that they don't complete the missions.
No, they pretty much always do.
Well, then that's false advertising.
advertising, and that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. That's never once happened in over 2 decades. How about we rename it to something a little safer? Like what? I don't know, maybe Mission Very Difficult, but at the end it's okay? You want to call this
already
movie
made a bunch
Mission
of them.
Very Difficult, but at the end it's okay Fallout? Yeah. I feel like people would prefer if we kept it to
Fallout?
Mission Impossible. If you say so. I definitely do. So why don't you catch me up on this franchise? What the hell is it exactly? Well, it's a series of action films starring Tom Cruise, and we've actually made 5 of them so far. Oh, that's exciting. What are the movies about? Well, Tom Cruise plays this awesome spy dude named Ethan Hunt, and he loves to sprint. Oh, he does? Oh, yeah. In pretty much every movie, there's at least 5 minutes of runtime devoted to runtime. Wow, eventually we're gonna have enough footage to make a full movie of just that. That's kind of the secret goal, but don't tell anyone.
God.
So what kinds of plots do the movies have? The kind that barely matter. What? Well, most people just come see these movies to see what far-fetched, crazy stunts Tom Cruise is gonna do next, so the
true.
plots don't really matter that much. Feels like it'd be hard to make a cohesive movie with a strategy like that. Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, we just kind of intercut the stunts with Ethan and his team explaining to each other how there's no other possible way to save the day other than to do a crazy
Have to do
stunt.
it.
Oh, so we just jump from stunt to exposition to stunt to exposition. Yeah, and his team always says something like, "This is crazy, Ethan," but then they go along with what he says every single time. I love it. And if we get stuck story-wise, we throw in a twist where one of them was evil the whole time, or we have them solve a problem with their magic mask machine. They have a magic mask machine? Yeah. It's this thing that makes a perfect mask of someone's face and somehow changes your weight and height and teeth and accent and mannerisms and everything about you. Oh, that does sound borderline magical. Yeah, so they're all basically Mystique from X-Men. And what kind of stunts do the movies have? Oh, well, there was a really iconic one in the first movie where he has to lower himself in a super secure room, and it has like temperature sensors and sound detectors and alarms. Wait, the room has all those security measures, but it doesn't have cameras? Yeah, well, sometimes in these movies we kind of forego logic for the sake of a cool scene. Oh, the rule of cool, I love
The
that.
rule of
Great.
cool.
So what happens in the second movie? Oh, well, we don't really like to talk about that one. Oh, how come? Well, the script was only 45 pages long, so to make up for that, there's kind of a lot of slow-mo. Oh, well, that is a good way to pad the runtime. Yeah, and it was
45
directed by
pages.
John Woo, and he put in like a weird amount of dubs. But the other movies are cool. Oh yeah, and one of them Ethan has to like stealth climb up the side of the Burj Khalifa. Climbing rappers is tight. I'm a huge Burj Khalifa fan. I love that "See You Again" song he did for Fast and Furious 7. I think you might be thinking of Wiz Khalifa. Whoopsie. So who's this Burj guy? What kind of rap does he make? The
Burj
Burj Khalifa
Khalifa?
isn't actually a person. It's the tallest building on Earth. Oh wow, but wouldn't people see him climbing through the many windows that buildings tend to have? Probably, but we're gonna pretend like windows aren't see-through because it's gonna look cool, because it's gonna look super cool. That sounds super cool. And at a certain point, we brought Jeremy Renner on board just in case Tom Cruise wanted to leave the franchise. Oh, that's smart. How did that go? Jeremy Renner left the franchise. Oh, that didn't work out. Not at all, sir. And so what are you thinking for the new one? Well, about 10 minutes of running for sure, obviously.
10
We're
minutes.
also gonna have a guy who somehow recharges his arms. Is that a thing? It is now. Well, okay then. Also, in pretty much all the movies before this one, we always had some kind of world-ending device in play. Oh, so we're gonna mix it up in this one? No, we're gonna do it again. Oh, we are? Yeah. Let's just hope people don't start finding these storylines stale. Fingers crossed.
Not really. Last one. Here, let's do it. Come on. We got this. Then we can talk about it a little bit.
When the world hangs in the balance, Tom Cruise will hang and balance in the franchise that keeps pushing him to top the last one until he dies making one of these, and we examine our own role in this deadly
jeez.
game of stunt chicken.
Stunt chicken.
But until then,
You jump from that roof. You jump good, boy.
Broken ankle on this one.
Mission Impossible.
He broke his ankle on
Fallout.
that.
Rejoin the Impossible Mission Force on their most dangerous mission yet, getting their hands on some balls. As Ethan Hunt loses his balls, tracks the balls down, and has his best friends and ex-wife work together to stop those balls from exploding.
Oh god.
Have enough hands.
Tom, buddy, we know you still got it. You don't have to ram it down our throats with the metaphors. You've seen every MI yet, so of course you were thrilled when Solomon Lane returned. No?
Thrilled?
You
I
don't
don't remember his name.
Well, you do remember the badass MI6 agent Ilsa. No, that's his wife from MI3. That's just some random cop. That's Katie Holmes. Okay, that's her. And you remember the evil syndicate, right? That's Hydra.
Hydra.
That's Spectre. Fine. Forget everything you never remembered in the first place. Because our heroes are up against the Apostles, and they've got a plan to wipe out a third of the global population. That's Thanos. I said a third, not half.
They're gonna starve 1/3 of the world's population.
Look, movie, I'm here to watch Tom hang from stuff. We're 6 missions in, and I still call the Ving Rhames character Ving Rhames. The people in the film seem lost this time.
What the hell is he doing?
What the hell is he doing?
What the hell are you doing?
I don't understand what I'm involved in. What am I involved in?
Why'd you have to make this so fucking complicated?
Joining the gang, or if you saw the trailer, betraying the gang, is the secret agent August Walker, a role that cements Henry Cavill as the new king of men's room scenes.
Men's room scenes.
He's a spy who could go undercover as anyone, from an NFL linebacker to Hagar from Final Fight. Complete with arms that require a reload. And a mustache so powerful, it could cripple the DC. So you know it's going to go down when he finally faces off against his most brutal foe yet. Alec Baldwin? Alec, you wanted out of the franchise, just disappear like Jeremy Renner did. Or Paula Patton. Or Tandy Newton. Or Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Or Lawrence Fishburne. Or Anthony Hopkins. Where do these people go? Are they the apostles? So if you like the same potent mix of intrigue and cardio as the last 5 of these things, and don't mind that they still lean on the mask trick pretty hard, or use the same Halo jump sequence as 2 other Bad Robot productions, or have a weirdly similar ending to Return of the King,
My friends.
one of the best action movies of the year, because the next one might be his last.
Wow. Oh, God. They slow it down. Jeez.
Stop. Starring the man from Swole. Vincent Hunt.
Swole.
I'm the Hat Man. Skeep up 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 up. Benji Mans buttons. You know, because he's manning the buttons. It's me, Rebecca Ferguson. Hannibal Lectures. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson? Wow, what a chameleon. Jack Ryan. And fake news. Studman v Superman.
Oh, God.
Tom of Justice.
Stuntman v Superman.
The Newbur River Valley.
Isn't it in Ving Rhames' contract that he never has to stand up?
We're good.
I guess so. Those are good. The fallout for the Honest trailers, I think, kind of took it from me. Pitch Meeting, it was an earlier one, a little bit, and it was still good. Still very good, actually. But I think the Fallout Honest trailer might take the cake on this one. I don't know. The first Honest trailer only did the 4 movies, right? The 7th one's about to come out, Dead Reckoning, and then you had Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3, 4, which was Ghost Protocol, then Rogue Nation, right? Yeah, I didn't talk about Rogue Nation. So, yeah, it was missing that one. Was there an Honest trailer for that? Oh, crap. Let me check. Okay, good. There is no Rogue Nation Honest trailer, so I'm not missing anything. They were missing it. But these are good. Now, the Dead Reckoning trailer, which is Mission Impossible 7 at this point, looks amazing, actually. That's probably one of my favorite trailers so far this year. Like, just the music is amazing. I like how they show different scenes. There isn't much story to it as far as like what we know about the movie. You just see a lot of different random characters for the most part stitched together, and it just works. I like it. It's one of my favorite trailers so far this year. I didn't do a reaction to it, but I've watched it many times. So I'm really excited for that one. It looks like it's gonna be something. And then with him jumping off the motorcycle off the cliff at the end of that trailer looks insane. So I'm excited for that one. You got part 1 come out next year, and then what? Part 2 is 2024 or later on in the same year. I'm not sure. All I know is I'm excited for that. I like the Mission Impossible movies. I mean, I don't remember much about them. Ethan Hunt is the only name I remember. Ving Rhames is Ving Rhames in these movies, just like the Honest trailer said. But I never remember any of the bad guys or any of the situations really that much. I remember the Mission Impossible 3 trailer because it was a surprise when the trailer like originally came out. I didn't know it was going to be a Mission Impossible movie, and J.J. Abrams was doing it, so that was cool. So that one's a favorite of mine too. But the first one is still like a classic. It's got some of the best music by Danny Elfman, and it's just fun. It's a really cool situation to see how they adapted the old TV show, or the old TV show, right, into this movie. So I enjoy that one a lot. But 3 is also really good. Rogue Nation was really cool, and then Fallout was great. That kind of came out of nowhere. So with Top Gun doing what it's doing at the box office, who knows what is going to happen with Dead Reckoning? As far as like, is it going to be around the same? Is it going to really do well like Top Gun, which has been very surprising? I still haven't seen it yet, but I got to get to the theater and watch it. But yeah, I'm excited for Mission Impossible. It's cool to see what they've done to make it feel different from James Bond type stuff, because it's really essentially the same thing, but it feels very different and it has its own flavor and its own tone, and they do a really good job with that. So that I appreciate, and it's still fun, even though you may not remember the characters' names or kind of what happened in those movies, or like kind of more or less the villains and all that kind of stuff. Things that you would think would make these movies be very, very good. It's really just Tom Cruise. It's literally Tom Cruise that holds all of this together. So if Jeremy Renner had taken over, if Tom Cruise didn't want to do it anymore, I don't think these movies wouldn't really be that impactful like they have been. So kudos to Tom. He's still a bona fide movie star. I don't feel like we really have that much nowadays. Or you got so many new people coming, and I don't know, you got people kind of falling off a little bit with different things. And he's been riding that same tide of being a bona fide movie star. Like, the studio gets him, they know they're banking on him. It's like he's one of the few left, to me anyway. That's a train going by. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the pitch meeting honest trailers for these movies. They did the whole franchise. Well, the honest trailer just did Fallout for the last one, but pretty much went through the whole franchise. I thought that was pretty good. Again, honest trailers I think gets my vote as far as being funnier than the pitch meeting. The funniest of all of these videos was Fallout for me. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Which one do you prefer, pitch meeting or honest trailer, as far as the Mission Impossible franchise? Thanks so much for watching, members, subscribers, watchers. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting however you support. I think it's really awesome we can do this. I will see you guys as always on the next video, and I hope you have yourselves a great rest of the day. Take care.